Wanted to show this clip. Turn the music off, just avoid copyright issues. But we're gonna start with this quick, clip or video. As always, got to complain about something. Being a woman is so hard. Imagine rejecting 100 men just to choose the worst one. What's funny is, you know, most men, the average men, don't even have in their lifetime 100 women. I mean, 50 women, 25. I'm talking about entire lifetime to choose between, and that's the thing. Again, this isn't attacking women because there's some amazing women out there. I know from personal experience, and obviously, and then not so good ones at all. Same with dudes. Some scumbags, users, abusers, you name it. So this is just to point out double standards, and that's what Into the Gray is all about. Not everything is black and white, but this one pretty funny. Like I said, not the average man. I don't know what what do you guys think? Like 10 guys, or I'm sorry, 10 women that a guy will have to choose the average man, for the rest of their life, and in one day this young woman here is talking about being a woman is so hard because rejecting 100 men, and that's probably just in half a day's worth. And the thing is, you guys, you need to realize, men are valued by their success, what they can provide, what they can do, and women, to most men, it's just their value comes from their reproductive years, their beauty, etc. And so most women that you find, naturally speaking, now that are very attractive, they didn't do anything. They were blessed with good genetics, whether their chest, butt, face, whatever, everything, that is attractive to men, from women, is natural. Again, I'm not talking about plastic surgery. That's another discussion. But I'm just saying, when you come across someone who's just like naturally gorgeous, and you're like, man, she's so beautiful, but you're like, you take a step back and realize, well, she was born that way. Obviously, you want men and women, to be as healthy and eat, healthy foods, and be in the gym, and so to be at a healthy weight. But I'm just saying, like this young woman here, I would guess early 20s. I don't know what. And so she's not ugly, but I'm saying it's not like you had to do some really hard external work. You just go about living your life, you know doing whatever you want to do, and you just go to sleep and wake up and you look like this. No real work. Men aren't valued. I mean, there's some models out there, but by vast majority, men are not valued by their looks. So if you think a girl's really attractive and you get to know her and you're like, man, she doesn't really have the best personality, seems like a user, whatever, just realize, like, yeah, she's pretty, but she didn't do anything to get like this. It came from her genetics, and what I've already discussed. So don't ever feel too intimidated, because it's not like she went on some rigorous journey to discover herself. And as she was doing this, she naturally, over time, became beautiful because of the hard work. She's just born this way. So there, she's human just like us. But I just found this clip comical because, we're complaining about rejecting 100 men when women don't even, or when men don't even have half or a quarter of that in their lifetime to choose from. So just, look out for these types where you want to find good quality women. Again, there's some amazing, beautiful inside and out women out there, but people who complain about some easy problems that men couldn't even, grasp, having this their reality, is just, pretty comical.
I want to give a different perspective to dating because I'm 29 years old, I'm single, and I'm unhappy. And I'm not unhappy because I'm single, but I am unhappy. And I contribute a lot of this to the brain rot that I have consumed online. And it is my own fault because over time I became an as you should type girl.
And at least she is, realizing her mistakes and where she could have improved, and not listen to the garbage as you should. And what she's talking about, we'll get into it, is, say you buy your girlfriend or wife roses, open the door for them, buy them dinner, maybe handbag, whatever. And it's like, huh, that's the bare minimum, as you should. Over time, guys can be like, "Pfft, I'm good. I mean, what's the point of being in a relationship if no matter what I do, it's quote unquote bare minimum and as you should? Like, imagine if, a woman says, oh, I just cook for my husband or my boyfriend. I fold their laundry. And then guys in the comments, huh, bare minimum, as you should. Like, you see how stupid that is? Or, you can insert all you can do is just reverse the roles. And then that's when society wants to, oh, you know what? That is kind of stupid. Why is that acceptable for her to say this? But then if he doesn't show any gratitude towards her, then he's, a narcissist, which is overly used, red flags, etc. So I give credit that she's owning up to this.
I worship the Sprinkle Sprinkle Lady. And while I still love the Sprinkle Sprinkle Lady, I have realized that by following that kind of advice, I have turned myself into a very unhappy person. Being an as you should girl has made me lose appreciation for the little things in life, because anytime someone tried to do something nice for me, I would think, well, as he should, right? He paid for dinner, as he should. He picked me up, as he should. He got me flowers, as he should.
Crazy.
I forgot how to say thank you. I wanted to be a princess so bad that I lived in my little tall tower and I stared down at all the little peasants on the streets, and I felt lonely because I felt like
I think she's calling the men peasants. Maybe that's how she used to feel. But like I said, at least she's giving she's taking accountability, because that's very rare. I'm sure you guys all know, family members, girlfriend, whatever. It's so hard. So I can always respect someone who can introspectively look inward and see where they need to grow. Us too as men. So if anyone can do that, not gender exclusive, can realize the change they need to make, then respect to them. But let's continue.
no one was ever gonna be good enough for me because I never let anyone be good enough for me. And it's really easy too to go on social media and feel like every guy is a liar and a cheater and a terrible person. And I adopted that ideology, and I was
And what I love about what she said is how she felt towards all men, and that ideology where, men are all evil, they're disgusting, they only want one thing, you can't trust them, blah, 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 we don't need them. Same applies for men. Like, not all women are, manipulative, narcissist, evil, gold diggers, you name it. So there's both sides, and that's again the point of this channel, where you're not just, oh, all women are evil, men die lonely, stay single forever. Yes, men can, and they have maintained and built the world and infrastructure. So that's not a problem. But life, why would you want to live life like that? So for those who may have that there are, and who were burned in the past by relationships, there are some great, beautiful women out there. So don't adopt that mindset either.
telling someone about it, and they were like, listen, you can spend your whole life believing the worst in guys and be proven right, or you can think the best in people and be proven wrong, but at least you're going to be happy. I don't want to be someone that thinks the worst in people to get something out of it, because that just makes me unhappy. Even if I'm right, I'm unhappy. I'd rather believe the best in people and spend each moment for what it is, rather than projecting in the future, being outcome independent, so that even if something bad does happen, it doesn't taint all the moments of my life that I had with that person leading up to the end. So I was dating this guy recently, and his birthday came up. So I took him out to the restaurant and I paid, and I had a lot of people tell me that that was stupid because he ended up breaking up with me a week later. And
Well, that's unfortunate, but I guarantee you the people telling her that was stupid were single women. You're not going to hear that from happily married women. They're not going to say, "Why would you do that?" Like, once you're married, it's no longer about yourself. It's about your family, and putting your needs, especially as a man, putting your needs on the bottom and putting your wife and kids first. So I'm not really sure why. It sounds like she just has single friends. And Kevin Samuels used to always say, "Single women keep women single," and it's so true. So you guard your, not just your hearts, but who your friend groups are, because she probably was slowly going back to that ideology. Well, maybe all men are trash, and it could have been nothing with however they broke up, but at least she did something nice and didn't just as you should.
Anyway, I don't regret that moment, y'all. Like, I don't regret paying for someone on their birthday because
Good.
he was so happy in that moment, and an act of kindness is never wasted. Like, that kindness will come back to me in another form, and I'm happy that I did that regardless of what social media tells me that I should do. I know this is like an unpopular opinion online, but like, do things just to be a good person. Like, don't try to care what, princess treatment you might get out of it, or if this guy's gonna do X, Y, and Z before you can do this. Like, just give love and receive love. Like, that's really all life is about. It's about the little things. It's about being appreciative. It's about
Agreed.
practicing gratitude. It's about, showing people that you love them too. And this was all definitely something I wish I had learned earlier in my 20s. And I think I'd be in a very different position than I am right now if I had picked that up a lot sooner. So if you're watching this video and you resonate to anything I said about, princess treatment, as you should, like wanting the best for yourself, if you want the best for yourself, you have to be the best for yourself. And to be the best for yourself is someone that can appreciate the little things and practice gratitude and say thank you. Those things go a long way, and the quality of people you meet once you start being that version of yourself will be like anything you've ever experienced before, with the kind of guys you meet when you say as you should.
So, that's the end of that clip, but what she said was pretty powerful, and I wish they would show this in people's feeds instead of all the misandry going on. We don't need men are trash, etc. So I'm happy for her. She's still 29. It's not like she came to this realization at 65 years old or something. So it definitely still hope for her and a bright future ahead. And for you fellas out there, same rules or same thing applies, because if you find a great woman, hold on to her. If you in a relationship, married, it's not being a simp, holding the door open, buying her flowers, dinner, something really nice on her birthday, clothes, whatever. If she's a great woman, that's what you're supposed to do as men. Not everything's a simp. A simp would be if you're just trying to do that on the first date, or you don't think you have anything to offer, so you're just being a yes man, and you can go on and on. So I really give this young woman respect and props for realizing her mistakes, and the message goes for both, where not all men are trash, and same for not all women are trash. So I appreciate you guys tuning into this episode. Please tell me if there's anything I missed, if you agree, disagree. I would love to hear your feedback. Third episode going strong. I'm going to try to be as consistent as possible and upload, trying at least once a day, if not more. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and I will catch you next time in Into the Gray, where not everything is all black and white. Take care.